Hey everyone, Doug here with Process Technology out of Salt Lake City, Utah. What we're talking about today is what defines a quality process transmitter. Let's get busy and dive into part 3, operator experience. These transmitters actually all have an industrial HMI, meaning it's a touchscreen. It's actually glove friendly. Let's give a couple examples and just look at, how easy are the menus to use on this transmitter. Let's set up the analog outputs. So use the gears. Note I'm wearing gloves, right? Analog outputs. Let's pick output 1. It's on the oxygen sensor, which is connected. Let's look at how I'd set my 4 to 20s. Literally, if I wanted to change my max, my 20 milliamp value to say 10 ppb, it's as simple as this. It's there. Then I would say save changes. We're not going to save changes. If I wanted to, say I had 2 pH probes and I wanted to do an auto clean, auto air blast or something, I'd go into this clean menu. I want to do this, let's just say every 6 hours. And we're going to do a clean interval for, let's just say 30 seconds every 6 hours. Pick the channels. Let's say I only have it on channel 1 as a pH probe. Say yes. And that's pretty much it. If I want to tie it to a relay, I can say it's on relay, say 6. That's going to be my interface to my automation system. Save those changes. If I ever want to go directly back to the home measurement menu, I just hit this home key. This is also actually a 24-hour chart recorder. Anywhere, if I just touch the display, activates the chart recorder. If I don't like, so right now it's showing the oxygen sensor channel 1 and it's showing temperature. Kind of hard to see what's going on. Let's see what we can do to change this. Instead of looking at a single hour, let's look at the past 24 hours. Let's look at these individual values, that's fine. But I don't like the default settings here, which is the analog output settings. Let's change the max to, let's just say 25 degrees Celsius. And let's change the minimum to say 15. And now let's see if we kind of zoom in on it. So now you can see how you get an easy view looking back over time for 24 hours. Some more functionality of this transmitter for operators is the fact that it can be a data logger or even tied to a printer. I just go into my configuration menu, go to the page 4, my output, change the output from off. You can see I have these choices. Let's say I want to start data logging, right? So I'm basically saying I want a data log, how many measurements to send. This is basically if I have a pH probe, it could be pH as my PV, it could be temperature. Maybe I want to look at that dynamic lifetime indicator as well. So I can basically define how many values I want to send, set the time for data capture, and you're good to go. Another tool that Mettler Toledo provides for free is actually a tool to help manage the configurations of a transmitter and keeping those stored as a file on a computer. So right now we're looking at software, again, that's free. It's called a transmitter configuration tool. It's specific to a transmitter model. It uses a standard USB cable. I literally would open up the front of the transmitter, go into my USB, and I will ping the transmitter in this program. It's immediately recognizing the transmitter, and it's going to then populate all of the fields. It's already populated the transmitter. Here's the part number, the serial number, what it is. It's filling in all the information about the parameters, how the display was set up. I had pH, temperature is Fahrenheit. All of that information is now captured as a file. And I can literally now save that as a file. I can name it as an AIT number, whatever the asset tag might be for that instrument, and literally have all of that information stored for that transmitter. And if I had to replace that transmitter with the same transmitter, I can just go and find that file, upload that information, and then I can push it to the transmitter to configure it. So from a system integrator who's repeatedly using a transmitter configuration, this is something you can do in a matter of seconds to manage multiple transmitters versus having to go to the display and manually enter each value through all the different menus. As an example, like here's the outputs. So I have channel 1, and then I can easily go into pull down menus and change the values. If I didn't want 4 to 20, I wanted 0 to 20. So it's a much simpler way to enter the information. And again, you save that as a file, push it to the transmitter, and it configures it. free software. Another nice feature that the operators appreciate is literally determining what's the status of this sensor connected. So we've got a pH probe connected. The health of this sensor, I literally can go into the ISM button, go to iMonitor, and I can see there's information that's appearing here. A quality design transmitter is thinking about how an operator is going to like using or not. Meltler Toledo puts the end user first when considering their transmitter design.